Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be testing out Carpro Cquartz Lite. So this is something that has been out for a little while now, and I've never really felt the need to use it because I generally use the Carpro Cquartz UK 3.0, but this has been sort of tempting me more recently, as if you sort of think about it, you're going to get in the Carpro Cquartz UK one bottle, pretty much one application, and it's going to be about $100. That's if you buy the 30ml kit. So this will do one car and it'll last, they say 18 months. I get well over 2 years out of it on my daily driven car, but it is garage and I do maintain it pretty well. So that's what I'm used to using. This is what they brought out as the new product. It's meant to be a 1 year coating. They say 6 months durability, but I mostly hear 1 year. 6 months durability, 6 months plus is what they say on the box here. But yeah, so this one is, I believe, 45%, somewhere on here, 45% SiO2. So much higher than a spray sealant, SiO2 sealant. So it is like I say, a light coating. So yeah, like this one will be, like I said, $90, and it's actually a 150ml bottle. So we'll open it up. I should say I've already opened the box up before to have a look. But so here is the bottle. As you can see, that is a big boy compared to that. So out of this, we should get a few applications. Now what I'm going to actually do to find out just how many we get is the same thing I did with the Meguiar's paint coating. I'm going to weigh the bottle before I use it. So 161 grams. Then I'll do the carb that I'm going to do and weigh it afterwards, and we should be able to work out how many coats we'll get out of this. So I will show you guys the carb that I'm going to be coating. So we have this really nice blue Evo 7 that I have just washed, deconned, and I've given it a single stage polish or a paint enhancement. So it had a lot of swirls in it, a little bit of haze. Still got some swirls left. I didn't go for a full correction. I just went for a single stage polish, but yeah, it's looking a lot better. Really nice color. So we're going to lock that in with this 6 months plus or 1 year coating. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. I will try and get this car back in a couple of months and do an update and see how the coating is doing. But yeah, as you can see, the paint's looking really good. So we're hoping to sort of keep it looking that way. And maybe let's see if it adds some extra gloss. This paint is looking really glossy right now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this works. So let's just see what else we get in the kit. I did have some instructions. I think I took those out. But we get 2 of these new Carpro applicators, which I kind of don't know if I like these or not. I'm going to try them out, but yeah, they're sort of a couple of fingers in there and use it as a mitt. And we get also a Carpro microfiber, which I don't know if I'll use that one. I've already got a couple here ready to go. And as always, whenever you buy a ceramic coating from Carpro, you get the little holographic stickers. So yeah, $90 gets you all that. 6 months plus durability. I'm hearing mostly 1 year plus. So if that's the case, this may be a bit of a winner. So yeah, I'm gonna maybe try one of these out. I kind of do like the precision of just using the block, if I'm honest. I know exactly, the lines that I'm taking, but maybe we'll try this out as well. So I'll put the GoPro on my head and we'll test this out, do a couple of sections. All right guys, I have given this bottle a good shake. I took the lid off, still had a bit of a seal there, so I just had to get a knife and give it a little cut. Got the instructions, gone over those. So yeah, basically clean, use a prep spray, polish if needed, apply 10 to 12 drops onto an applicator. So I'm going to use the traditional style first before I try this out. I just feel like this is just easier to use for me. It's what I'm used to. And then immediately wipe off because you don't need to wait. If you do get a high spot after inspecting it, you can use more to wipe it off. So they say 10 to 12 drops. So that was easy, 10 to 12. Always keep the lid on when you're applying. And we'll take one of our microfibers over to the car with us. So let's just go for 1/4 of this roof. So we'll go in a crosshatch pattern. I already see I missed a little spot there. And back the other way. Let's just make sure you don't miss any areas doing it this way. Okay, and then we're going to immediately wipe it off, which seems weird, but let's go for that. It wipes off pretty easy, I'll say that. Not tacky or anything, which I had heard it is a little bit, but it wiped off pretty easy for me. Hopefully the instructions are right about not needing to wait, because yeah, it kind of looked like it was flashing. But yeah, there we go. So that is really easy to use. Let's put a little bit more onto our applicator. We won't need as many drops this time. And we'll do this other half of the roof. Let's get the spot I missed. So this is why I prefer this applicator block rather than the mitt thing they've supplied. It's just easier to, because it's just a block. You're just getting these nice straight lines. So there we go. That should be everywhere we needed to go. Wiping off. So I can definitely see it's going to be a 2 towel method, which I already have 2 towels ready, but I imagine it gets harder the longer you leave it. So if you try and do too big of an area, then it may get a little bit tacky, but so far it wipes off pretty easy. And yeah, you can see where you have missed. I always just, before even getting the light, when I'm doing coatings, I just go over it. Even I think I've gone everywhere, I'll basically go over it the same way I went over it with the block. I do a crosshatch pattern, not making sure I didn't miss anything, because it's pretty easy to miss a section, but just gives me the best chance of thinking that I haven't left a high spot. So yeah, there we go, there's half the roof done already. So that's really easy. I think we will just, this video, continue going. And ooh, okay, that was a lot. So I just squeezed the bottle and it really came out. So I'll be quick this time, and we've got a lot on there. So you know what, I'm gonna do something silly. As I work out how things work, and try and do the other half of the roof in one section. See what happens. Like they say, if you leave a spot, you can apply more and remove that high spot. So yeah, it does look like it basically instantly flashes, but be pretty quick. Okay. Now let's see what it's like wiping down too large of a section than recommended. Only because I just put too much on here. I didn't want to waste it, especially since I'm planning on measuring or weighing the bottle afterwards and seeing how much I use, how many cars I'll get out of it. To do a mistake like that and waste a whole bunch would kind of make that harder to measure. But yeah, so far doing half the roof at once. Wipes off pretty easy. I can see a spot where I had missed. So and yeah, I will just go back over this section. Now what I'll do is I'll do a few more panels off camera, and then I'll pick the camera back up and give my thoughts after working with it a little bit more. But for now, there we go. So yeah, pretty easy to use. I can see a high spot that I've missed. So I've got my hands full now holding the camera and holding these. So I'll go back and I'll give that another second and I'll try and wipe that off and see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna do a few more panels, like I said, off camera. Also filming a cinematic detail on this car, so I need to film some shots of that, applying this coating, and yeah, pick this back up in about 20 minutes once I've done a few more panels and worked with it a bit more and give you guys my thoughts. All right guys, so I had to stop for a little bit. I've come back to it, I've done half the car, but I wanted to show you something that I worked out. So how they say that if you do leave a high spot, you can, so you guys can see, you can remove it by putting some more on the applicator, wiping it in, and then it'll wipe off. I found that definitely is the case. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this whole boot, which is also far too large of a section. So the more I've been working with this, the more I've realised it's easiest to just do the tiniest little section and then immediately wipe off. All right, so we've done that whole top part of the boot. So I'll get the microfiber and we'll start wiping that off. So at that point, it's okay to wipe off, but the sooner you do it, the easier it is. And I'm going to purposely leave a spot here. You can see that's wiping off pretty easy. So I'll come over to this section. So it's getting harder to wipe the longer it's been sitting there. Still isn't hard, but if you just do just a little line and then wipe it, that's it, that's all you need. So let's say, I'm gonna leave this section here. So I'll try and get the rest of it. Sorry about the constant changing of angle. It's kind of hard with this wing here and having the GoPro on my head. So make sure I do get the rest of it. Spot there that I missed. Okay, so now we'll just leave this, I don't know if you guys can see, this part here. So we'll leave that, and the longer we leave that, the harder it's going to be. So, okay, come back to this section, let's see. So you can see, it's wiping off, but it's pretty hard. Let's go like that. Done. Putting that little bit more takes it all with it. So yeah, super easy. Okay, so that is this side of the car done. Now, I can just see a huge difference in gloss. Like, look at this front guard there. There is light going onto it, but yeah, it has made this paint pop like crazy, I gotta say. Super glossy. Now, it isn't the slickest product on wipe off. Comparing it to a similar, like 1 year sort of light coating would be the Maguire's paint coating kit. It's definitely not slick like that to wipe off, so it isn't as easy to apply, but definitely making this paint really look insane. So yeah, I can see a few spots that I just left in the section I did. So we'll grab, yep, that's still wiped off, easy there. So yeah, so far impressed, but I got almost half the car left to go, so it's pretty late at night, so I might focus on getting that done. And I think I will pick the camera back up tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, when it only says it needs 4 hours. I just want to spray the hose on it, check the water behavior. But yeah, so for now, that's all I'm going to film with the application. Pretty simple. I do kind of feel like Cquartz UK is easier because you can do larger sections. But maybe it's just that I'm used to using that product. So I'm going to save my judgments after I finish the car, weigh the bottle, see how many applications I get for that $90 before I really say. But so far I have been thinking while using it, if going to the effort of polishing the car and applying a product like this, which is just the same or harder than apply even, I'd say, than Cquartz UK, I'd probably just stick with that. But maybe you get 4 cars out of this bottle and it's well worth it. So yeah, we're going to find out. But yeah, for now, that's it for tonight. I'll pick this camera back up tomorrow and we'll see how the coating does with some water applied to it. All right, so it's the next day, and yeah, I finished coating the car last night. As you can see, looking really, really good. Now, I did this coating pretty late. Like I did half the car and then I had to stop for a couple of hours, have dinner, do some other stuff. And I didn't get back out to the car till pretty late. And I will admit, I was pretty tired and out of it, that last half. So I've actually found a few high spots that I left this morning. So luckily, able to apply a little tiny bit more and wipe those down, which is good. So I didn't have to sort of polish them back off, luckily. But yeah, I will say, user experience for me with the Cquartz Lite, I don't think it's as nice to use as Cquartz UK. Yeah, the wipe off is a little bit tackier. You get less working time. If you don't wipe it off pretty quick, it does get tacky. Whereas Cquartz, you can give it that 1 to 3 minutes and I find it just wipes off a little bit easier. So I kind of am surprised by this. I did think it would be, if anything, since it's meant to be the entry level coating for people who haven't coated before and want to just try it for the first time, I probably wouldn't recommend it as your first coating. Yeah, you put as much effort or more effort than you would with Cquartz UK, or I don't know, that's the coating I'm basing it off, which is like the big brother to this one. But yeah, I mean, the effort you put in, it's just as high. So it's not like it's any easier. I was thinking it would be kind of like the Maguire's hybrid paint coating, because that was just spray on, like, you know, wipe in, wipe off like silk. This one, yeah, not the best user experience. So I don't know, maybe I didn't have the best time with it. Maybe you guys will or have, but yeah, wasn't that impressed with the application aspect. I'm actually not, because I've gone over some sections to remove some high spots this morning, and I just don't want to wet the car. It's only been about 8 hours since I did half of the car. I'm not going to spray the hose on it for now, but I will get this car back for a maintenance wash in probably a month or so, and I'll be able to show you guys the water behavior then. Plus I will be testing this out on the test panel against some other products. But so what I wanted to do was do a before and after weight to see how much we used. So it's a 150 ml bottle. We weighed it last night before use at 161 grams. Let's see what we used. Oh, wow. We used 11 grams of product to do a whole, well, 10 to 11 grams. I probably didn't use enough. I only did 1 coat as well, I will say. I don't know if you're really meant to do 2 coats, but yeah, I did the 1. And yeah, there you go. 10 to 11 grams. So you get 10 plus cars out of this. Yeah, that makes it actually pretty economical. I've heard like 5-6 cars, so maybe I should have used a little bit more, but there was always enough on the applicator. maybe when you use, because I actually didn't use one of these ones at all, so maybe using these you use a lot more product. It is a larger area compared to the little applicator, so maybe using the old school Carpro applicator blocks you can make it go a little bit further. I'm not too sure, but yeah, either way it's made the paint pop, that's for sure. Like I said, user experience wasn't my favorite product to use, and if it only lasts as long as a cylinder, a little bit longer, it's 6 months plus, then probably wouldn't be my favorite product. If it lasts a year plus, like I've heard it does, then it's, and at $90 to get 10 plus cars done out of it, really this, you could do close to 15 cars. So yeah, bargain, I'd say. But I do want to play around with it a little bit more, and I do want to test it up against Geon Can Coat Evo, the Meguiar's hybrid paint coating, and that's probably it. Against those are 3 sort of light coatings. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing in a future video. But for now, here is the review of Carpro Cquartz Lite. So something that I've been wanting to try for a while. Finally got around to it, and yeah, I mean, it's definitely made the paint look good. Maybe I just didn't, I had a bit of an off day. I didn't really enjoy the application like I thought I would, but yeah, the amount used to price, pretty much killer combo right there. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below. I'll have a link to this in the description if you're in Australia. And yeah, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've used this. What did you find of the user experience compared to a ceramic coating, like a full version one? Maybe it was just me, but yeah, I'd love to hear what your experiences with it. So let me know down below. Subscribe if you're not already for plenty more content to come. Well, that's it. I gotta finish filming this car for all the after shots and get the owner back to pick it up and check it out. So if you guys want to see the full detailed video of this one, not sure which video will come out first, but keep an eye on the channel. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video.